How's it going, everyone? So yeah, I used to have a Craftsman 179cc 24-inch snowblower, and I bought that one used. I got that one from Sears, and they had it, in the aisle with a markdown on it, and I'm like, why is this marked down? And they're like, well, a customer bought it and used it a few times and decided they wanted something bigger or better or whatever. And so we're gonna mark this baby down like $300. And so I snatched it. It was like at the end of winter. And so I had that thing for like 16 years and beat the holy crap out of it. And I live in a place where we get about 70 inches of snow a year. Sometimes a little more, sometimes less. And I have to clear a lot of area. We got little doggies. So I have to cut out a big chunk of the backyard for them so that they'll go outside, 100-foot long driveway, and then probably like 100 feet of sidewalk in front of my house. And so I beat the crap out of that Craftsman. I serviced it a little bit over the years to keep it going, and it's still going. I gave it to my son, and I wanted something with some more oomph. So I found this thing on Craigslist, and it looked real nice, they're like barely used, and I'm like, oh yeah, nice. And they had all these shiny pictures of it, and I'm like, great. And they had pictures of every angle, and I'm like, sweet, that's what you're looking for. And I'm not a total rookie at this, so I've been buying used stuff and fixing things up for years. So, this is the cautionary tale part. So I talked to this lady, and that's their first weird indicator. So I'm thinking the dude that wanted to get rid of this thing put a woman on it, because a man's gonna show up, and then you're dealing with a woman buying a snowblower, and she just acts like oblivious, like I don't know, it works. It was my dad's. You're lying, because there's a truck sitting in the driveway, so there's a husband around or something, you know, and so, but I didn't think too much of it because it looks super nice. It looks nice. It does look like a nice machine, but it's probably like 10 years old. It was kept in a garage. The oil was probably changed on it. And okay, so here gets the part. So I'm looking at all the pictures, and this didn't come with the canopy. I put it on because I'm tired of getting hit in the face with snow. But here's your extra shear pins, and in their pictures, you can clearly see the extra shear pins sitting in there. And I get there, and I'm looking at the thing, and I'm in a hurry. I drove 40 minutes to get there. I just, I saw all the pictures. It looks like the pictures. I cranks up on one pull. The engine wasn't warm. I look at the oil. It looks nice. Those are the things I care about. I spun the auger. It span nice and strong and sounded, normal. So that I get it into my trailer and drag it home, and I unload it later, and I start looking at it more closely, and I notice the shear pins are gone. uh, and I'm like, wonder where those shear pins went that were in the picture. So I go start looking closer at the bucket, and then I notice you can probably see it in there. There's not great light in this garage right now. I'm sorry about that, but there's some swirly scratches back there. So the dude hit something with it, popped a couple of the shear pins, used the extra shear pins. So I'm assuming he's probably been trying to get rid of this thing the last few seasons. He's had to continue using it. The wife won't allow him to get a new one until the old one's gone. And so he hit something with his thing in the last year or two. Broke the shear pins. Probably worried about the transmission. Uh, Probably went to open up the transmission box and serve it, see if it needs servicing, and then saw all the rubber splattered all over the inside of the transmission from the friction wheel because it was out of adjustment. He was driving it in the wrong gear, probably, like third or fourth instead of first and second, plowing through snow. And chewed up the rubber wheel in there pretty good. It was still intact. It was right about its service limits. So I put a new OEM wheel in there. No big deal. Small charge, small cost. Thing runs good. I'm worried about the carburetor in it because it's used, and I don't want to get halfway through this winter and have it choking out on me and sputtering and dying and not holding like a low idle or whatever and having to choke it. So I go to pull the carburetor off of it. The carburetor is immaculate. There's nothing in the carburetor, so that part was good. The carburetor is perfectly clean. The oil was nice and clean, and this thing will crank up like one pull. So, I'm not There's just these disingenuous people out there. It's just a cautionary tale, you know. I still have a good machine, I feel like. Oh, yeah, the wheels were seized on there, too. So, you know, I had to heat them up with the propane torch and give them a little encouragement with a block of wood and my air hammer to get both of them wheels off. But I got them both off. I took my wire wheel to the axles and anti-seized them, so in the future that's not going to be a problem. So anyway, you know, that's how it goes with this stuff. You got to be careful buying used stuff. I mean, I'm lucky this thing ain't a total piece of garbage. You know, this guy is freaking out probably because he hit something. Oh, I gotta get rid of it now. It's garbage, but it's fine. You know, he just broke the shear pins. That's what it's designed for. I'm not really that worried about it. Even if it is, I'll just take the gearbox apart and put a new gear in there or whatever. So there it is. It's a decent machine. I'm looking forward to using it. It's better than it's better than my Craftsman. You know, I know it's made by MTD also. But if it lasts me another 10 or 15 years, I'm fine with that. And this is 4 inches wider than the old one and quite a bit more pony, so it should be all right. Oh yeah, I did change out the light in it too. With a LED projection light. It was like a few bucks for that, and then I put this Arnold universal canopy on there. And you gotta take a heat gun to these things to get all the wrinkles out so you can see through the damn thing. Hilarious. Anyway, sorry about my messy ass garage. My kid's got a bunch of stuff in here. He moved out. He's storing crap in here and my own crap. Well, there it is. Be careful. Be careful out there. This could be worse. And if you don't know how to work on stuff, this could be a problem. I'd have to take this to a service, you know, place. And, you know, I spent $30 on the friction wheel, and I already have tons of oil laying around. I just changed the oil in it, and I put that on there for myself. So it'll be all right. I got lucky, I guess, and I know how to work on stuff. But be careful if you don't know how to work on stuff buying used things, you know, because this is what you could end up with, and that's probably cost hundreds of dollars to take it and have it serviced. And the machine, you know, I paid $500 for the thing, so you know, whatever. All right, have a good one.